Today is Scraplift Crafternoon, and we are scraplifting this lovely layout from Shannon. She is one of the ladies that scraplifts along with us on the Scraplift Crafternoon team. And it is her birthday month, so happy birthday, Shannon. I am using some 49&Market Vintage Orchard that I just got in. Super love that. I'm also using some Minte paper from the Woodland collection, and that's the fussy cut items. Those are already fussy cut out, so they're ready to use. I have some spice, and I'll use just a bit of that as well. I believe the green paper that is in the background you can see laying there, just a little one scrap piece of paper. That is what I'm going to end up using, and I think that is from Spice. Now I'm going to start out with the mixed media. Shannon did hers in a pretty blue and greens, and I'm going to use some fall colors here, which is Spice Marmalade, excuse me, that I just put down there. This is vintage, this is Distress Oxide Spray, and I'm just using it like watercolor. I didn't spray it. You saw me just dump some out, and then I'm squishing it down with some saran wrap or plastic wrap. And I'm going to add all of my orange on here, the Spice Marmalade, and then I'm going to let it dry completely, and then I'm going to come in with some fired brick, also Distress Oxide Spray, and I'm going to add some red in there as well so that I can make this sort of mimic what the trees look like in the background, just some fall leaves on some trees. So I had to extend it down just a little bit because I knew that the paper was going to take up a little bit of space, and I didn't want it to cover the mixed media completely. I wanted to have a little bit showing, as Shannon did in her layout as well. So here I am coming in with the fired brick, and I'm just smooshing that down with a new piece of saran wrap and just making some little speckledy things there. I do think it looks a lot like what leaves on a tree look like when it's, far away. So I'm real happy with how the mixed media came out, and using this technique instead of the smooshing technique. I kind of wanted it to look like that, so I'm happy with how it turned out. And I'm deciding on this paper, going for a torn, and then I'm going to also distress the edges. And I think that also goes along with the feel of this layout. I believe she just matted her photos and put them on straight, but I liked the distressed with, I like distressed all the time probably, but I love it with the fall layouts. Any boy layouts I also think, work great for distressing, although I do it a lot on any layout. I especially do on the boy stuff. So these are two pictures that were taken just at the park. Actually, we had just walked out of the nature center, and then the park is kind of in the background, and the leaves were just gorgeous. The sky was so pretty and blue, and I wanted to take a few pictures. Actually, my granddaughter was with us that day. They were out of school, the boys were, and Grayson had a dentist appointment, and then that only took a few minutes, so we went to the nature center, and then we also ended up going to the playground as well, but Carly did not want to be in any of my pictures, so the boys were being, fun and jumping on each other, and I'm like, hey, let me just take a couple pictures. You guys are being cute here. Not on purpose, but it worked out. So I snapped a few pictures. It, took a total of 2 minutes to do this. And then we went on to the park and had a good time. So I'm happy with how these turned out. They both had really genuine smiles, which is, obviously best when you just get them goofing around instead of actually trying to pose, because it seems like they're happier like this. So it worked out good. I'm trying to decide on my little animals. I wanted to keep my clusters in the same place that Shannon did on her layout. So they're going to be kind of contained. She had some, it looks like labels and frames. I ended up not using any labels, but I will come in with some word banners, the pre-made ones from 49&Market, and that's going to be in place of the labels. I mean, I had tons of labels in with that stuff, but I ended up just using the words and the frames. I'm just intermixing here. I think the frames I ended up going with were from the Vintage Orchard, and now I'm pulling some pieces out from Spice, and they are going to work well with the colors that I have, so that's why I'm going with those. I'm using some of the laser cut leaves just right over top of the frames, and then just sticking my little already fussy cut out animals on here. And we were at the nature center, and so I thought they were appropriate. I am noticing now that the layout is completely finished, I was going for, kind of a central design with just the band across the center. Well, it's a little bit higher in the top, so it's not exactly the center, but I was doing it, it's similar to what Shannon had in hers. But when I got it completely done and was noticing that left-hand side is farther away from the edge, the embellishing is, than the right side. And so now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of bothering me. So I may go back in and add another frame over there in that cluster, just kind of tucked in behind, and then maybe add another bird or something like that. Just to kind of, add a little more so that it looks more intentional and it doesn't look like I just didn't get it all the way to the edge like I should have because it just is bothering me now. I didn't mind it at all when I was doing it, but now as I'm looking at it, it's bothering me. So my word pieces here, the one at the top, that banner says time well spent. The little green one that I put down on the picture says best friends. And then the title is Fall Moments with You. So Fall Moments is in the big with the red, and then the green is the little banner or word phrase piece, and it just says with you. So now I'm going in with some little pieces from the wishing bubbles. She had used a bunch of stars. They look dimensional to me, so that's why I'm adding in those pieces where they are. And I'm liking how that looks. I don't want to add just a whole lot more, so I'm going to get out my T-square ruler and add some lines for my journaling. And I'm just going to do the lines here on screen, and then I'm going to journal after I turn the camera off, but then it will be in the pictures. So here are my close-ups. I hope you will check down in the description box for the playlist with everyone who is participating today, and definitely check out Shannon. I think she's even scrap lifting herself, so that'll be fun to see what she does. I hope you all have a great day, and I will be back a couple more videos this week, so I'm looking forward to sharing some new things there too. See you later. Bye-bye.